Hello there everyone, welcome back to my YouTube video channel. This is Vanilin Ivanov with Allen Tate Realtors in Valentine, Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm very excited to do this episode for you guys. I'm a numbers oriented guy and simply I like numbers because they don't lie. I'm gonna cover some latest statistics for the month of July of this year, and of course they're going to be compared to the month of July of last year, 2020. I'm going to start with the numbers for the greater Charlotte area, which covers several counties here in the North Carolina side, and also another 4 counties in the South Carolina side. Then I'm going to move forward to a zip code, a very popular zip code down in Charlotte in the Valentine area, which is a zip code of 28277. And then on the other side, I'm going to cover the same numbers, same statistics for another very interesting zip code, 29707, which is in Lancaster County, in particularly Indian Land, South Carolina. Alright guys, let's go ahead and start covering these numbers. For the month of July, there was an increase of listings on the market compared to July 2020, and that increase was in the range of 5.2%. Median sales price has increased with about 16.1%, again year over year, comparing July of 2021 to July of 2020. And that median sales price stands at $331,000. This is for the greater Charlotte area. You will hear me repeating this over this video several times, simply because I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page. These are, just local statistics. These are not nationwide statistics. These are not, statistics for the state of North South Carolina states. These are just local statistics for the greater Charlotte area. Let's move on to the next number that I find very interesting. Percentage of original list price received, and there is an increase of 3.8%. What does that tell you? That pretty much answers the question about all these multiple offers, kind of like a bidding wars that have been going on for the last at least 9 months, if not more, maybe a year now. Another interesting number is list to close date, or days. That's right now, or it was in the month of July, standing at 65 days, which represents 27% decrease, meaning that last year, July of 2020, the homes was selling for about 89 days from the time they list to the time until the transaction is completed or completely closed. And right now that number stands at 65 days. Another very interesting number is days on the market until the property is sold. All right, that's 14 days, meaning from the day the property is listed on the market until the property goes under contract. Okay, 62% decrease. It used to be back in 2020, those days were standing at 37. Okay, another very interesting number is in regards to the inventory. Inventory of homes for sale, July 2021 compared to July 2020. Okay, 4,073. That's a decrease of 42%. I guess nobody's surprised to hear the decrease of inventory. And the last number that I have right here is in regards to the monthly supply of inventory. At this time, or back in July of 2020, that number was standing at 0.8 of a month. So that's less than a month of inventory on the market on the month of July of 2021, which is exactly 50% less compared to July of 2020. Okay, what does that tell you? All right, we do have more listings coming up on the market. Again, that number stands at 6,282, or stood at 6,282 in July of 2021, which was an increase of 5.2% compared to July of 2020. But on the other side, we do have a shortage of supply, because simply homes do not stay on the market for too long. Alright, so on the other side, I do have these other statistics that cover just two zip codes. One, which is here in Charlotte, zip code 28277, particularly Ballantyne area. And on the other side, I do have another zip code, very interesting zip code 29707, Indian Lancaster. I'll tell you why I'm giving you these numbers and these zip codes, because they are very close to each other, but they're on the other side very different. Right, median showings to pending, meaning from the time the property goes active on the market until the property goes under contract. In 28277 we had 15 showings, and in 29707 we did have 14 showings, which is pretty much in line with what they hit back in July of 2020 and July of 2020 and 2019, I'm sorry. Okay, the next number is in regards to showings per listing. Okay, in Ballantyne, these showings per listing stood at almost 21 compared to about 9 or 10 in July of 2020. And Indian Land, that number stood at 16.4 compared to 7.2 in 2020. Both of these numbers represent very big increases. Okay, median sales price for Ballantyne 28277, single family home with 3 or 4 bedrooms, sitting on quarter of a lot or quarter of an acre lot. So that price was at 450. There is a just slight increase compared to last year. I'm not sure if that's quite accurate. I need to double check that number. In Indian Land, we can see a higher increase, or bigger increase. Median sales price stands at 356,500 compared to 315 last year. Okay, median percent of original price, what does that tell you? Okay, all these above asking, selling prices, bidding wars, and all of that. Both of these cases, they pretty much sold at asking. You see, compared to 2020 in Indian Land, some properties were selling below asking, almost 2% below asking. In Ballantyne, that number was pretty much the same last year. Okay, the last stat that I'm going to show you is in regards to median list to close days, meaning, alright, from the time the property goes on the market until the transaction is fully completed, and that number stood at 42 days compared to 65 last year, 2020. Okay, properties and transactions closing more quickly this year. Same number, very similar number represents that zip code 29707. Alright, so I hope these numbers are very helpful to you. Again, thanks so much for joining me for this episode. I hope these numbers meant something to you. I will see you in the next episode, which is going to cover again some very interesting information in regards to the greater Charlotte area. Alright, see you next time.